Sometimes I imagine the soul saying, I will go where love has been exiled. I will remember it there. That line came to me in my last blog and it hasn't left. It feels like a truth buried in the bones of every one of us, a truth about why we came here at all. I used to think the soul's work was ascension, to rise above, to transcend, and to reach higher planes of light. But the longer I've lived, the more I've come to feel that the soul's real work is remembrance, not to escape this world, but to remember love within it. When I look at history, I see a long record of love forgotten, empires built on domination, religions rewritten into control, communities divided by color, creed, gender, and love. The world learned to call separation safety. It learned to mistake control for peace. And in that forgetting, it exiled love itself. But maybe before we were born, some of us made a vow to go where love was missing, to remember it from the inside out, to live inside the ache, the injustice, the erasure, not as punishment, but as the field where remembrance could grow. And every culture has its story of exile. For some, it was land stolen. For others, language lost. And for others, still the right to love freely. Colonization didn't just take territory. It took memory. It rewrote what was sacred. It turned fluidity into sin and difference into danger. Across continents, queer people were once the healers, the shamans, and the bridge walkers, carrying the gift of the in-between and the medicine of the whole. Empire burned that too. And as a gay man, I've come to see that my queerness isn't a deviation from creation. It's a memory, a living thread that still remembers how love once moved before it was made to hide. When I studied A Course in Miracles in my 20s, I learned about the separation, the idea that the mind once believed itself apart from God, alone in the universe. But the Course says the separation never truly happened. We only dreamed that it did. Maybe the human story itself is that dream, a long remembering of a love we thought we lost. And maybe those of us who've lived at the margins, whose very existence challenges fear, are the soul's way of remembering wholeness. Every time the world tries to forget love, someone is born to remember it. Someone is born who is that love. I see it everywhere, in racism, in homophobia, in anti-Semitism, in war. The same old forgetting replayed in new forms. We fight for our own liberation while still exiling someone else. We cry for peace, but reject what makes us uncomfortable. We name our oppressors, but avoid our reflection. It's the human paradox, the trauma of separation looping again and again. And maybe that's part of the healing too. Maybe we're being shown every place where love still hides behind fear, so that we can remember it together. Remembering doesn't mean bypassing the pain. It means bringing love to where it was denied. It means seeing the divine in the faces that the world refuses to see. It means forgiving, not to erase the harm, but to stop passing it forward. Because the soul doesn't bypass the darkness. It enters it. It walks through it, and it becomes the remembering. And maybe that's what's happening right now. the collective soul of humanity remembering through contrast, through grief, and through truth. Because love that forgets history becomes denial. But love that remembers, that's the kind of love that ends the exile. So if you've ever felt unseen, if your love or truth has been called wrong, if your body has ever been told it didn't belong, remember this. You are the soul that said, I will go where love has been exiled. I will remember it there. And you are. We are right now.